having a devil of a time today trying to catch some fish on Devil's Lake. We're out Darkhouse fishing with Marc and Paul Lundeen. And one of the interesting details about icehouse fishing is sometimes you encounter a little surprise. You want to tell us about the little surprise every morning, Marc?
Well, you can see around the snow right here. Every night muskrats move into the house, in our house especially, and they eat and bring up vegetation. They scatter it all over the inside of the house. So you got to clean all that out every day. And sometimes they come up in the hole when you're not expecting after hours sitting there, and all of a sudden, boom, there's a muskrat, and it scares the tar out of you. It scares them too, so they're out of there pretty quick, but that's part of the fun.
Never a dull moment. So we're going to go darkhouse fishing. Paul, can you tell us a little bit about darkhouse fishing, what it is and how it's done?
Absolutely, of course. Darkhouse spearing is probably one of the oldest activities in America. Of course, the American Indians started it way back when. Of course, they would have been on the ice with maybe a robe over the top, laying on some pine boughs. Now we have things a lot easier. We've got LP heaters and fancy decoys here and a nicely made spear. I'm holding in my hands two examples of the lures that we use when we're darkhouse spearing. This is about a 12-inch decoy, and of course this is my wife's favorite one. Is pink and white. I know it's kind of not manliness to look at a pink decoy down a hole, but it's doing the job this year. I don't know whether the Northerns really like it. A lot of fun. But technically all you're doing is attach a string to these. You're in about 6 to 8 feet of water, and you're jigging these up and down, and they swim in a circle. And as they swim, a northern pike either is curious about it and will want to come in and look at it, or it thinks it's a free meal. So at that point, when the northern pike comes in close enough, you're able to hopefully spear and make a successful hit. And that's why these are two examples of some of the decoys you might see at our carving show. Every year we have the carving show, and it features artists from all over Minnesota and even North Dakota are coming. These are national award-winning carvers who compete nationally in the competition, and there's different categories. The Alexandria show does not have, it's not a points show, so we'll have decoy carvers coming just for the fun of it. We'll have maybe somebody's uncle or somebody's grandfather who's been carving for 30 years show up, and that way he's not embarrassed by some of the more professional guys, but yet everybody sure likes those old classic handmade decoys by the old timers.
So are you going to show us how these are used?
Absolutely. Let's hope we can bring one in for you.
Great, let's go do it.
Out here we call it the Norwegian's flat screen TV. And it's the commercials are even exciting as the main programming.
So does your wife's decoy work better when she's the one using it?
No, luckily it doesn't know who's got a hand on it. It works great anytime. This decoy was made by a man, actually a farmer over in Osakis. And he's about the 4th generation carver. His name is Larry Gettle. And he's got his 13-year-old son also making these. It's got some good action. It's really a good glider, and it's one that I don't know why Northerns really love it this year, whether it's something with a pink and white stripe, but it's done the best of any decoy we've had this year.
I understand that you're only allowed to take northern pike.
Yep. In the state of Minnesota, the only legal fish to spear is northern pike, and other rough fish would be like carp and things like that, but primarily just northern pike. And of course, we have to watch out for muskies because they are illegal to spear. Hey, there's a northern right there. Look at that little one.
Right next to the lure.
Just right in front. He's a little one.
Consider that decoy is 6 inches. They look so much bigger
In the water.
Sure checking it out.
Yeah, that's what they do. Yeah, look at him come for the face.
Well, they will
Look at him look at it.
devour a fish their own size.
Look at he's trying to bite the fin.
And hopefully that little guy will grow up to be a big one someday.
Exactly. And some people, we're not always looking for the trophy. I think as ethical sportsmen, we just sometimes want to come out and enjoy the fishing with your family and kids, and just nice to take a small one home. Hey, there goes one right now. Oh, in a fish house. I keep thinking of the Indian who would have been out here and using, instead of a nice decoy like this, he would have been using probably an antler, something white and shiny to get the northern's attention. Again, laying on maybe in a teepee of some fashion with maybe buffalo hide, laying on top of some pine boughs and trying to provide for his family in a cold winter.